Going on, you guys? I'd like to welcome you guys to another one take review, and this is my review of the season finale of Legion. Where do I start? Okay, I typically never ever look at reviews for Legion. You know what I'm saying? I just try to wing it myself. It's Legion is probably one of the toughest shows I had to review, other than Tokyo Ghoul. Those two are like the toughest shows I had to review because when I'm reviewing them, a lot of time I'm not gonna lie, a lot of time when I'm watching Legion, I really don't know what the fuck going on. From episode one, I watch it, and then at the end of the season, I'm like, okay, this is what we was getting to. Okay, and so this whole thing, this season we have Shadow King trying to find his body because when he's in his own body, he's a lot stronger. And then you have Sid from the future contacting David, telling him like, hey, you need to help him find his body because there's going to be something even stronger to come back. And then we end up finding out that stronger thing that he was talking about was actually David. So we get this episode in where they have the scene where he's beating the Shadow King Farouk in the desert, and that is a moment where it was like, yo, Sid said he was gonna kill him in the desert, beat his brains in the desert. And so Sid's mind has been changed to the point that the Shadow King might have corrupted her a little bit, telling her like, hey, this is what's going on. David's the actual monster. David's the person that we can't control. And so she has it in her mind like, hey, I have to kill David. Lena actually saves him. You know what I'm saying? The two bullets collide at his perfect timing, or just, I don't know, a freak of nature, or that the bullets hit at the same time. And so now you have David, who ends up waking up after the bullets hit. I don't know why when the bullets hit, it necessarily like knocked her out, but he pretty much wiped the memory though. Shadow King saw in this whole deception thing. Now, what I've seen online is a lot of people didn't like this episode simply because of the fact that we found out that well, I ain't gonna say that we found out. Yeah, I think we found out that David drugged Sid and raped her. And I'm wondering, is that what happened when he first walked into the room, or is that something that happened before? You know, and it's kind of weird because now we put in this spot, and where we have this point of like, hey, this is our main character. This is supposed to be somebody that we look up to, or somebody we supposed to watch go on a journey. And technically, he's becoming the bad guy of the whole show. The show's called Legion, and if he's becoming a bad guy, cool. If he really is the villain of this whole thing, which they said that's pretty much what he's been. But where do we go season three? Because we know he got renewed for season three, and I think this left a pretty bad taste in people's mouth. When, especially, effect of you have somebody drugging a woman and having sex with her, especially with the climate in Hollywood right now. Now, listen, no matter what the climate is in Hollywood, it's not right. But it's just kind of weird, especially when this is your main character you're supposed to be following. Now, there are ways they can do certain things that could because I don't know if that moment that we saw them having sex, or the projection or something, I don't know if that was the moment or there was another moment. If that was the moment, I don't necessarily see the drug. I'm not trying to justify it. I don't see the drugging, but technically him drugging her might be different from somebody else. Like, it's not going to be an actual drug. He plays with people's minds anyway. And so he pretty much, at this point, he's talking to himself. He's like, yo, because he wanted things just to be right. He wanted to be back with Sid. He was going to kill the Shadow King, all of that. And then they capture him. And we were like, yo, we found out that you're going to do this in the future. 98% chance you're going to do this in the future. It's like, yo, y'all put me on trial for something I haven't even done yet. And he's trying to, you know what I'm saying, look out like, yo, you guys are, hey, think about this. And then nobody listened. And that's when it happened. He's like, you know what? I gave you guys a chance. And he knew the entire time. David is most powerful I think in comics, David is in the comics, he's the most powerful mutant. So it's pretty much like, you know what? Let's just break loose. He gets out, takes Lennon, and now you have a David that is pretty much well aware of his powers. You have the Shadow King working with Sid and the rest of the team, but what happens? Like, I don't know where it goes in season three. Do we start to get to the point to where The apocalypse happened, or David just pretty much. Now I'm wondering. Excuse me. I'm wondering now. Is it to the point where they bring in James McAvoy or Patrick Stewart to bring in that father element and stuff like that to try to get him and Shadow King to take down uh, 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 David. To me, it can go either way, but I kind of feel like that first episode has to maybe humanize him, or not necessarily. I don't even know if you can necessarily humanize him, because I know a lot of times when stuff like this happens, they pretty much like crucify the person, and they don't. A lot of times you don't hear things out, so I don't know how forgiving people are going to be, especially even if it's just a show. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how forgiving people are going to be, and I don't know exactly what angle that. I feel like, based off the writing of this show, I kind of feel like Noah Hawley has to know where they wanted this to go, or the angle they was going with this before, because you're in a room with people, they like, you tell them this idea, they come out and has to be like, yo, you sure about that? So it's an incredible writing. Like I said, this is one of the few episodes I actually did everything that was going on, because usually when I'm watching this stuff, I'm pretty much like fucked up in the head, because I'll just be lost as shit, and I pay attention very, very hard, still be lost. But hopefully you know what I'm saying, something happens to where it's like, as I say, right this wrong. There's no way, the way the power's working here, anything can happen. So you guys let me know what you thought about the season finale of Legion, man. Were you disappointed? Were you happy? Would you like, did you understand, or you think you know where it's going? Hit me with theories or whatever down below in the comments. Like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch up with you guys later for more other reviews or reactions and so on and so forth.